Please. No. 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 No.
My name is Darcy Brown, and for the past few years I've been documenting the lives of history's most famous serial killers. But today we're taking a look at the reverse. Not a serial killer, but a serial killee. Joining me today is Mr. Timothy Bain. Tim. Can I call you Tim? Why don't you introduce yourself, Tim?
Hello, my name is Timothy Bain, and for the last few hundred years I have been dying.
So when you say dying...
Yeah, dying, dead, except evidently I don't stay like that.
That's really fascinating. And you said this has been happening for a few hundred years now, right?
I mean, fascinating isn't the word I'd call it, but the earliest I can remember is maybe the 1880s. I was walking about in Whitechapel, minding my own business, and next thing I know I'm face down in the dirt with a knife in my back.
But wait, you said this was in the 1880s?
I think so, I can't remember.
Don't tell me. You were actually killed by Jack the Ripper?
I mean, there's a good chance. I mean, I know he usually killed women, but from behind, I guess, I don't know.
That makes sense. So, have you been killed by a lot of famous people then?
I suppose. There was this one time in the 60s where I was in California as part of this weird cult thing about that weirdo Charlie Charles or something. It was a lot of fun, but when I tried to leave, he had me beaten to death in my sleep. It wasn't the best holiday, but most of the time I'm killed, it's by your average non-serial killer.
Well, speaking of, your last murder was carried out by a regular young woman named Mara Nesset, wasn't it? We actually caught up with her a few weeks ago from our holding cell, and we spoke about her and her connection with you.
Hello, I'm Mara Nesset, and I first met Timothy about 3 or 4 months ago. Well, I'd obviously heard about him from all the rumours and the reports and that, and I just thought he was so interesting. Just the idea of his power was just so weird. I had to see it for myself.
So how did you end up meeting him?
Oh, well, it was actually completely by accident. I was just walking home from a night shift and literally just bumped into him. But I think he might have got the wrong idea and tried to run away. So, yeah, I ended up having to chase him and, well, calm him down a bit. But once I got him home, he was actually very understanding. I just told him I wanted to try a few things out on him, and he didn't even complain. He did scream very loudly, but no one complained.
Thank you, Mara. Well, she's an interesting one.
Yeah, she definitely is. Really sweet too. I mean, she did drown me in the kitchen sink twice. Not again! It's far from the worst death I've had.
What would you say the worst is?
Well, no death is good, so it's hard to pick one in particular. It's all just shit, if I'm honest. Fuck it, the first one.
I see. But you said you couldn't remember if there were any before that, right?
Yeah, like I said at the start, that's just the earliest I remember. I can't think of any before that.
Well, I think we might have found someone who does.
So, I first took over a couple 100,000 years ago. Oh, by the way, I'm deaf. Yeah. And I can confirm that Bane has been dying long before the 1880s.
For how long has he been dying? Like, is it over?
I
over
wasn't
100?
finished.
Sorry.
As I was saying, he's been at it for a long time. The earliest one that I remember happened not long after I started. I was out ferrying souls when I see this guy slipping some, I think it was crocodile shit, and crack his head open. I stopped and laughed at him a little because it was a little funny. But then he got up again, looking like nothing had ever happened.
Wait, so you tell me this has been happening for over 100,000 years?
Yes.
And it all started with me slipping and hitting my head?
In shit, yes.
So, do you know how Mr. Bane keeps coming back to life?
I wish I did. Do you have any idea how annoying it's been to have this prick always coming back? There's a cycle of life for a fucking reason, but it's like he doesn't even care. I've killed you myself before, but did it do anything? No! He just came back! Only difference was it took 5 minutes instead of 5 seconds!
Well, Death, great to have you on the show. Thank you for coming. Could you maybe... Okay. Timmy, how are you feeling about all this?
It's just so tiring, really. To know that this has been going on for thousands of years, longer than I can remember. Am I going to keep going on like this? Living, dying, alone, going on so long that I can't even remember where it started? It's really depressing.
I know, Timothy.
Mara?
Tim, I got to know you really well during our time together. I know how hurt you are, because I was the one hurting you, but also because of how lonely you are. I know you're scared of connecting with people, and I know that our lives are just too different to make anything work. But if I can make you feel like there's someone there for you for a few years, a few months even, that's good enough for me. It doesn't matter if it's as killer and victim or just as normal friends. I want to be there for you. So please, don't think you're alone. At least for you with me.
Isn't it beautiful? What do you think?
I don't know why you think I care. This is typical human behaviour. You're all like this. Can't live without other people. A lot of your kind struggle with it when they go. No matter how many people are with you, when you die, you're alone. I mean, you have me, but I'm not exactly the most comforting figure, am I?
Being alone is the hardest part, but having had my fair share of deaths, I think having people with you definitely does help. Death is always difficult, it always hurts, but it doesn't have to be lonely.
So, are you up for a live demonstration?
What?
You know, just, I think it'd be great if you died and then come back to life, you know, to end the show.
You know, I didn't come on here to be treated like a fucking circus act.
No, it's nothing
This
like
is the first
that.
time I've come forth
No,
and told my
no,
story
no.
of
I think
centuries
it's not like
of suffering
that. I think
and
it could just
constant
be a great
death,
way to end the
and
show,
none of you
okay?
seem to care about how I feel.
No, we
It's
do
all
care about how
about
we feel.
your
Stop.
Whoa. I could do it, Tim. That's if you want me to. If you don't, that's okay. But there were a few things we didn't get to try out of my place. We never did try acid, did we?
I think that's a yes then. Because I do have a little brother and I think
Right,
he's really excited to see him die on
that's off.
screen.
No, can't take it.
No, it's
Can't
nothing
take it.
like
Just
that,
can't.
no.
I can't take
No,
it away
it's
from
okay.
I can't
No, just
take
breathe.
it any
Just
longer.
breathe.
Let's breathe
No.
this out.
Breathe.
Maybe we
I'm
should
not
do
doing it.
camera.
I have a legal
okay.
case. I
It's
have enough
okay.
lawyers
It's
to
just-
sue
you're gonna be
into the
fine.
1500
It's
lifetimes.
okay.
I will not.
He'll come back, won't he?
Give him 5.
Well, thank you everyone. You've been watching Darcy Brown, and next week you'll be joining me as I will be baking with a lookalike of Ted Bundy.
What's happening? Is the show still going on?
So, anyone want to know how they die?